What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to episode 22 of Summer Spider. So what's this one's title? Be Forever Me? I have no idea where that title is necessarily referring to. I'm going to assume it's now a Kumiko title, and judging by the fact that the episode is 4.5 star rated, not 3.5 star rated, I'm going to assume we at least get some Kumiko in this one. Why it's dropped half star, no idea. Probably, well, considering the first frame, it seems to be a marching army. Probably going to be a mention on the CG. Probably. I mean, let's be real. So yeah, last episode was a decent one in terms of things are really starting to move along now. But the way it was presented was terrible. Like, I really would have rather just read that and let my imagination fill in the blanks, honestly. But apparently there are different parts of studios or certain bits being outsourced when it comes to the human side of things. That's the rumor I've heard. It would honestly make a lot of sense, because the human side definitely doesn't get the same care as the spider side, but the spider side isn't exactly, like, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with 3D CG animation. But it's stylized in a way for Spider that actually kind of works and kind of is endearing in its own way. So I've kind of been like, yeah, I'm on board with it. The one good thing I'll say about CG is they know how to make large armies look like they're marching properly. Like, they're not all, like, perfectly in sync, because no matter how well you train an army, they're not going to be perfectly in sync when they're actually walking to a fight. There's going to be some nerves, some people are going to be slightly absent-minded, there's going to be, like, differences in terrain, they're not all going to be able to keep the exact same pace like they would in training, or at, like, a parade, where it's, like, nice, smooth roads and all that, so I actually quite like the variants they had in walk cycles that made it feel like it's a proper army marching towards you. It looked really good, honestly, but that's where my praise of the CG ultimately ends up stopping. As with the normal 2D animation as well, and the sound design, the human side just doesn't feel great. It just doesn't. I'm not saying this because I hate the human side. I understand it's necessary. I like what they're trying to do with it. I see potential. But this studio doesn't seem to give it the potential that it, or the quality it kind of deserves to really turn people's opinions away from, like, the human side's trash. Because, yeah, I understand the criticism, is all I'm saying. But we do learn some bits. We know of another reincarnation. Kusama Shinobu is now Saijin, who seems to be like a ninja. Who's working for our enemies, or at least Shun's enemies. I don't even know if I'm on Shun's side at this point. I suppose we're meant to be, but I'm not. I don't care what happens to Shun at this point. But the teleportation circle there is destroyed. The barrier comes down thanks to White Girl. And we have a big fight. Oka knows that Hugo is going to die in this battle, apparently. She thinks she's the one to do it because she starts to suffocate him in a spell. But that's when Sophia saves him, and just as she's about to die, Shun and Faye intervene, and Shun intervenes in a very bad way. Not bad in, like, it was bad that he intervened, but bad as in it didn't look great, basically. But we hypothesize a lot more about the administrators and why we're in this world and what our purpose is and everything. Whether we trust the administrators, where we think the administrators are evil, like, things like that. Where the other reincarnations are, things like that. And yeah, overall, it was just an episode, really. And considering we're building up to our big finale here, like, these are the last 3 episodes that we're going into right now. This is obviously 22, and then 2 more after this, and then we're done. I'm assuming there's going to be a big reveal at the end of this. I don't know what the reveal will be. Maybe we'll finally know who Kumiko actually is. Like, which reincarnation she actually is. And who she is in the current timeline. That would be a big reveal. I'm assuming that her fight with Ariel is going to be the big final fight. Just like how in the first half, Kumiko's fight against Araba was like the big end of arc fights that happened before they went on a bit of a hiatus. Well, 1 week off, essentially. Which they desperately needed, considering the animation quality. But I'm assuming that's what they're building up to in the final fight. I don't know what's going to happen on the human side. I'm assuming a reincarnation is going to die. I mean, they kind of said that Hugo's gonna die, so unless something changes, like Shun's like, no, none of us should have to die. Why can't we all get along? Like that narrative, then maybe it will change. But I guess we'll see. Because Zolka's class register does update when she like changes things, right? And she could see in like real time how her actions had caused their lives to shift. So it was a sign that you can change it. You just have to know what to do that is not against fate. Like if you take an action thinking, "Oh, this will change the future," but this was the future that was originally designed. You know, you got to think like, well, which one do I go for? Like, you got options here, but you don't know which one actually is the option that was laid out for you in the first place. So, because you think like, oh, I'm deviating from where it obviously wants me to go, but that's exactly what it predicted. You know. Anyway, I'm assuming we'll get some Kumiko. We've got an army here, so maybe it'll be Kumiko's the Sariala versus Oats fight. Maybe we'll get some of that. She's meant to be using that for XP. Maybe that's where she gets her human form, and maybe that's the big reveal, or at least get some of the XP for the human form. Then the fight with Ariel might give her more XP that gives her a human form. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this series, season 1. God, I hope we get season 2, and I hope a different studio picks up. But I would hope that we end the season on, here's my human form, yes I am, insert character here. That's where I kind of expect the series to go. Whether it does or not, who knows? We still got to solve the issue of Body Brain, who's still eating away at Ariel. So that should be a huge stat bump coming our way once we manage to reconnect, if Ariel lets us reconnect, obviously. Because we got a huge stat boost from Mother. We're still like 70k points on average, stat-wise, down versus Ariel, though, correct? So depending on how long we've been eating away at Ariel and how quickly we can consume that, we might get relatively close to even footing. Because if 70k difference, she's at 90k, so we'd need to take a good third of her stats, and then we'd be on relatively equal footing, because she'd drop down to 60k, we'd be up to 50k-ish. So yeah, just over a third, I think, would probably do it. Maybe like 40%. Then we'd be on even footing at least. But I guess we'll see. So, anyway, gonna load the episode up here. As per usual, these are tile-based format actions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Symphony G, and Lock Horizon Season 2. We also have movie reactions. After this will be Princess Principal Crown Handler, the first part of the 6-part movie series. Excited to get into that. We were meant to do that last week, but unfortunately we had a bad version, bad subtitles. I've got a proper version now, and I've confirmed it, so we should be good. And then after that, we've also got the Tomazaki OVA Part 2, which is actually Part 1 because reasons. That will be going up as well today. And then next week, we'll be doing the I Want to Eat Your Pancreas movie as voted on by my patrons. Now that we have the community tab, and some of you may have saw my post from yesterday, or last night, or in the morning, whenever you watch this video, essentially, you'll see my community post. We're going to start doing a lot more community posts, mostly daily. There may be some days where I don't get daily because I forget or I'm tired or something like that. But I'll be trying to drive up engagement through that because community tab is actually really cool for engagement. It lets me do polls, it lets me ask questions, talk about certain topics, and whilst I have the Discord for that, not everyone connects via the Discord, so it's just another way to interact with you guys, and maybe include you guys in future decisions on the channel when it comes to, like, movie polls and such. Like, I want my patrons to have the ultimate say, obviously, but I want you guys who are not patrons, who are just supporting the channel through your viewership, I want you to have an influence on the content as well, if that makes sense, so... but here on YouTube we do time-based, so bottom left of the screen you'll see a time for the episode. I'll count down 3 to 1 play. Play site episode, I site episode, and we should be in sync. Watching this one on Crunchyroll as per usual since they licensed it. No logos, we're just straight into the episode. Like I said, looking at, I think it's the Earth's army, judging by that colour scheme, probably. But you can use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. That should help you sync it up as well. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, the mix of armies. I forget what the other ones were. I guess one of the Holy, like, Dustin's army, I guess. The Pontiff. Yeah, we're reporting, okay. Surprised they're all just ignoring her. Summer Cloud, so what? Sure. Yeah, nowadays you don't see crowds like that, do you? Is that like a blood wind? That's lovely. What is this bit? OP time. These dumb little intro bits. Used to them by now, but still. I'm still sus on Possumus, by the way. Like the fact that he's even alive. Like, how is he just? Hmm. I'm still sus on him. All right, here we go. Fight time. I don't know if you'd have archers mixed in like that. You'd probably have. Whew. No, wait, we're not meant to cheer them on. All right. Sure. Still a lot of men in this. Wasn't that offside? Come on. Ah. Is that the young. It's not young Shun, that's young Julius, right? Wow. Yeah. Nah, they were going to start the war whether you intervened or not, really. They were looking for that reason. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Could do a bit of XP. Let's touch base, okay? Oh. Interesting. It's just experience. Yeah. Yep. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Hmm. Maybe just a bit. What level even are we? Cool. Oh shit, she's here already. That's a problem. Meant to be a Terminator joke. Yep. I guess this fight's coming sooner than we expected. Jesus. Good morning, star. Okay. Huh? Huh? Is that a little bit of Body Brain's influence from the eating? Because I did say how her speech pattern was kind of different from how she's been portrayed so far and how she is in the future. No. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Okay. There is some trickery going on. We didn't really see it with Mother because, well, Mother has no speech or anything. But you can see the Demon Lord's attitude change. Hmm. Jesus Christ. That's too perfect a round hole, honestly. It looked kind of iffy, but whatever. She just kind of pop into the reflection there. Mm hmm. Sure. Yeah. You're being eaten from inside. Yeah. It's body brain. uh. Yeah. I mean, you do have a choice, but. Oh. Yeah, okay. Hey, Gilly Gilly. Which one are you now? Okay. Hmm. Both and neither. Hmm. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. So she can be both. Fearful. Ah, okay. You're merging, so you should probably... Yep, here we go. Guess to this world, yes. I mean, she is the most powerful, yeah. Yeah, something else is at play, obviously. Hmm. I mean, yeah. Holy shit, he's gonna... Okay. Is this a test? Ah, okay. This is her teleporting in, okay. So my theory about the parallel minds maybe overtaking like Mother or Ariel is coming true, and I love that. Oh boy, how the hell are we meant to survive this? Oh boy. That was obvious outbreak, okay. Hmm. No teleporting away from this. Yeah, that didn't work. Jesus Christ. Yep. Fight. It's a general magic block, yeah. That's rough. But not quite aerial level. Jesus Christ. Young hero watching all of this. Oh, don't get involved. Oh, just throw a rock at them, okay. Okay, so only have the high level stuff's blocked. Okay. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, she regens too fast. She doesn't even have an MP bar that she's using for this. Yeah, no. Oh boy. Ruler of Gluttony. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, humans gang. Christ. Yep. Sure. Don't have to keep repeating the same joke, though, Kimiko. Yeah, do we have time for this right now? Oh boy, kid, get out of here. Sure. That's okay. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming naturally. Well, also Demon Lord and Hero in a previous timeline were like they're in a weird agreement on something, so I don't know if that's playing into it. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're back to the. We're back to the elves. Yeah. That was so badly timed with the sound. What's this shot choice? Hmm. Hmm. We doing some log horizon forget your previous life shit right now? You're in no position to do that. That's true. That's also true. What was that shot? What is going on? What is going on? Why are these camera pans so janky? Oh my god, what is going on with this last, like... Well, now we're back to normal panning. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh boy. I don't know. I think so. Well, now we have actual decent camera panning. We're gonna cliffhanger it? Okay. Of course you're gonna cliffhanger it. There's some really weird shot choices, and why the frame rate absolutely died on those camera pans, I don't know. It's not like they were going around a super detailed environment or actual fluid motion. It was all still shots. Well, not still shots. Still characters. It's a very, very weird ending. Probably a budget thing, let's be real. I think CG is cheaper the less frames you use. Hence why CG is normally half frame rate to traditional. Unless your entire show is based on it, then you might as well just go full hog on it because, yeah. But yeah, Body Brain merging with Ariel. So my hypothesis is kind of coming true. It's a little different than what I expected, but it is coming true. I wonder if it was working with Mother as well. Maybe that's why Mother was planting traps and stuff. Had Kumiko's intelligence, maybe? Or Mother was just that intelligent from the beginning, which I think is likely. Alright, after credits. Here we go. Is this Gilly? Gilly, Gilly. Are we talking to other admins? Oh no, just other... Yeah. Just seeing things in the past. Okay. That was ominous. My old friend, why? That sounds like a human title. That sounds like a human title between Shun and Hugo. I think next week's going to be another human episode, more than likely. Or it'll probably just be a split. So what happened to Kumiko? Okay. There are two ways they could pull this with Kumiko, in my opinion. A ballsy one, but an interesting one, would be to actually kill off Kumiko here and have her live on as Body Brain in Ariel, fully consuming her and realizing you just killed yourself, but you're still you because you're still conscious of you. That would be a ballsy way to do it. I don't think they will. I think Kumiko is probably going to either have avoided that, whoever intervened would have helped. That's where I'm going with it. I don't think they'd actually try and be that ballsy with it, because I think what's going to happen is once she gets her human form, she becomes White Girl, and then the personality of Demon Lord and why they seem to get along so well is because Body Brain is the Demon Lord, essentially. They've melded so much that it's now a combination of the two, and therefore the will to fight each other kind of ceases. Or maybe not ceases, but as I think, where was the line that she said? It was like, I'm less inclined to fight her now. Where was that line? Where is it? Yes, I have to admit, her soul being mixed in with mine is making me want to kill her less. So the desire to kill is obviously lessening as time goes on, and the integration becomes more complete. But this is an act of revenge for all that she's already done. So if they can come to okay, I've got my revenge, we're even, maybe that's where we progress further beyond with that. That's where I expect it to go. If Kumiko actually did survive, which I think she would have, they'll probably cliffhanger it right until like the end of next episode or something stupid like that, because of course they would. I'm just happy the body brain thing is actually going this way. And this is what I want to say about the show. This show is cool. I like the ideas it's doing. Like, it's doing things that are typical of the genre, to an extent, when it comes to isekai, power fantasies, OPMC type deals. But it's not just been given to her on a silver platter. She has had to work for it, and as many people said early on, in like episode 2 or something, the difference between this and something like Slime, which is forever going to be its main comparison point, unfortunately, the difference between them is that this one you have to really work to get to the same position that Slime did. Slime already had like a kingdom essentially coming to them by like episode 4. Like, that's just how lucky he kind of was in getting to that point. Kumiko is fighting just to survive until like episode 12 is when she fights Araba, and I think she's still fighting for survival even after that point, because she then has to deal with Mother, and the Demon Lord that now is taking an interest in her. She's just fighting to survive, which I think is a very, very different it's a very different mood for the show overall. And it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying it. I was skeptical episode 5, but as I said then, this is a long haul show. We need to stick around to get to the point where it starts falling into place. And now that I have, I can quite happily say I really like the series. However, if there's anything I could change, is Season 2, I hope gets announced, but I hope it's a different studio. No offense to the people working on this. You're trying your best. I expect that. But this is Milipensi, and they do not have good track record with CG. I mean, Berserk 2016, need I say more? So yeah, yeah, that was kind of a red flag for a lot of people as soon as they saw that. And EXA is also supporting on this, but I don't even know who they are. Like, did I ever find out who the hell EXA even are? EXA. They are a CG company. Okay, they are definitely a CG company. They've done CG for Back Arrow TV. They've done it for Case Closed movies. They've done the Given movie, God Eater. Okay. They have done the Haikyuu series. I think this is the 3rd season. Yes, so season 3 they worked on the CGI for. I've never heard anyone complain about CG there. Monster Strike, Sakura Wars, Weathering with You, they were production cooperation on. Okay. So maybe the good CG that we're seeing with Spider and things is down to EXA, and then the human side might be more Milipensi. Because I can't imagine EXA messing up the CG if they have some actual decent titles to their name. Not a lot, but they have some decent titles to their name in the CG department. So I'm more inclined to say it's more on Milipensi than this relatively unknown studio to me. Or maybe EXA took on a bit too much, they took on too much, and maybe that led to this. I don't know, but I hope another studio picks this up. Could you imagine, okay, I say this about a lot of shows, but could you imagine if, Mappa got a hold of this show? Or A1 Pictures? Could you imagine, the quality? Imagine the quality of Jujutsu Kaisen or 86 from this season. Imagine if they could put that energy to this show. I think we'd all want to see that sort of thing. Honestly, even if 8-Bit, the studio behind Slime, took this, I think it'd be a marked improvement. I really do. Who else are, the big anime studios right now that I would really think of? Who else really is there that's, a big studio that's currently doing stuff right now? We've got a lot of, lesser studios right now that I'm seeing. Production IG would be interesting. I wouldn't mind a Production IG variant. What else? Cloverworks. I don't know if I trust Cloverworks yet. I'm there's a lot of bad blood between me and Cloverworks right now, so we'll see. Could you imagine if Wit Studio got a hold of this? I think Wit Studio is too stylized for a show like this, unfortunately. I don't think their style would necessarily mesh with this, but yeah. A lot of my complaints about this show come down to nothing about, well, some of the writing for the human side, but it's mostly just the look of it. And that's a shame when it's like these really epic moments that are meant to be happening. Like, these are epic moments. This is like really cool shit that's going on. And then it's just like, in the visuals, but whatever. I don't want to be one of those people that's just like, oh, all CG bad. CG is not bad. I like CG. Go look at Seki no Kuni. Love that series. I want more of that series as well. But like, certain CG not used correctly, and they committed the fatal sin in this one. Didn't mention it in an episode, but they did commit this fatal sin, mixing 3D and 2D. You've gotta stop doing that. Like, you do not have 2D and 3D characters on the same screen if they're not just background characters. It makes sense if they're just walking in the background. That's fine. It's still a little jarring, but it's fine. They're background characters. No one cares about them. You're not watching them. You're watching the people in the foreground. But to have, like, actual titled characters mixed, no, that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. Thankfully, they weren't interacting. Oh, God, if they were interacting like X-Arm, oh, God. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed that episode, and there's some really cool stuff happening. I'm worried for next episode, because it looks like it's human-based, and I would say they're saving budget for this fight, but honestly, this fight's been going on for a while, and it doesn't feel like it's gotten any better, so I'm not optimistic about the next episode for the human side either. But maybe it'll be a mix of human and spider, just like this one was. That would be, honestly, the best of both worlds. I'll take that, if it looks okay, which it probably won't, but as long as it's not terrible, should be fine. But leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 live you can find it on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.